This whole past week, I've been captivated by the person in today's gospel who approaches Jesus and says to him, "I will follow you wherever you go." What led this man to say such a thing? Obviously, we can't know all the details because St. Luke doesn't give us that many details. But we can speculate a little bit about what led this man to say such a thing. This man must have been in the presence of Jesus, at least for some time. Maybe it's just an afternoon or maybe an hour. Or maybe it was a few days or even longer, but he had to have spent some time in the presence of Jesus. And by being in the presence of Jesus, for whatever time, whether it was long or short, he began to be captivated by the Lord. And then a certain admiration for Jesus began to be fostered within him. And a desire began to form in his heart. I want to follow this man. I want to follow this man. The desire ultimately became stronger and stronger, and he couldn't contain it anymore. He had to do something about it. He was convinced he wanted to follow him. And so as he is burning with this desire to follow the Lord, he takes courage, approaches Jesus, and boldly asserts, "I will follow you wherever you go." It is impossible to come to know Jesus and not to fall in love with him. And it is impossible to fall in love with Jesus and not want to give our whole life to him. And this is what happened to this man. He fell in love with the Lord, and as he fell in love with him, he couldn't help but give his whole life to him, or to want to give his whole life to him. "I will follow you wherever you go." Have you come to know Jesus in a similar way to how this man did? Have you come to know him in such a way that you become captivated by him? And therefore, a desire has been fostered within you to follow him wherever he goes. I can guarantee you that Jesus is working hard. He is working hard to captivate you because he wants you to fall madly in love with him and to follow him wherever he goes. I don't say this often enough, but I care a lot about you. I care a lot about you. I care a lot about your spiritual welfare and your welfare here on earth. But yes, above all, I care about your eternal welfare, your relationship with the Lord. And so I pray a lot for you. Pray a lot for you. Every day I pray for you, and multiple times a day I pray for you. And one of the desires in my heart, one of the things that I pray for you, is that you're able to have a similar experience to what this man experienced. That you're able to encounter the Lord in a very real way. That you're able to have a moment of clarity of who the Lord is and how worthy of a Lord he is and how amazing and good he is and how much he loves you. And that from this moment of clarity, as you realize this, a desire is fostered within you to follow the Lord wherever he goes. Lord, I will follow you wherever you go. Jesus' response to this man is very interesting. So here's this man with great zeal, desires to follow the Lord, takes courage and proclaims his desire, expresses his desire to follow him. And Jesus doesn't simply say, "All right, yeah, let's go, get on, let's do it." He replies it's a very mysterious reply that he gives. He says, "Foxes have dens, and birds of the sky have nests, But the Son of Man has nowhere to rest his head. Foxes have dens, and birds of the sky have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to rest his head. Why does Jesus say this? And what does it mean? I can see Jesus having a very tender gaze towards this man, a loving gaze. Jesus is proud of this man, and he is overjoyed that he's taking courage to follow him. He's desiring to follow him. But I also think Jesus wants this man to understand, at least to some extent, what he is desiring to commit to. He understands what he is desiring to commit to. Our Lord does not want to attract this man to a false idea of discipleship. So in different words, I think Jesus is replying the following, just kind of in different words. I want you to follow me too. But I do want you to know that following me is going to make you uncomfortable sometimes. Following me is going to demand certain things from you that are not going to be easy. Are you still in? Are you still in? It's not too hard to commit to the Lord to something very specific. Let's say somebody commits to, okay, Lord, I will commit to coming to Sunday Mass every Sunday, to be faithful to this thing you ask of me. This is a worthy commitment. It's a good commitment. But at the same time, because the commitment is very concrete and very specific, it allows us to remain in control. And so it's easier. It's easier than saying, Lord, I will follow you wherever you go. Right? Because what if he asks me to go somewhere where I don't particularly want to go? At least not initially. But this is the sort of commitment that is at the crux of what it means to be a disciple. Complete surrender to the Lord. The Lord doesn't just want us to commit to a few things, but he wants us completely. He wants you completely. Lord, I will follow you wherever you go. Are you willing to allow the Lord to make you uncomfortable and then to follow him even when he makes you uncomfortable? I don't know, maybe he'll ask you to go on mission to South America with your family for a few years. Would you follow him there? Or maybe he'll ask you to change your views on a particular topic, maybe on abortion, or on immigration, or social justice, or marriage. Will you follow him there? Maybe he'll ask you to change your understanding of sexuality or of contraception. And this is going to imply a change in the way in which you live your life. Will you follow him there? Maybe he'll call you to be a priest or a nun, or to change the way in which you spend your money, or to embrace an illness which is not easy. Will you follow him there? As scary as this complete surrender to the Lord may sound, there is actually nothing to fear when it comes to follow the Lord. He is so trustworthy and he loves you. And really, your heart will never be satisfied until you have this complete surrender towards the Lord. And on top of that, the rewards of following the Lord wherever he goes far outweigh the costs. Not only in the life to come, but already here on earth. As we continue with Mass, I want to invite you to make an act of surrender to the Lord, of your whole life to the Lord. I want to invite you to make an honest prayer in the intimacy of your heart. Just tell the Lord, Lord, I want to follow you. I want to follow you wherever you go. Maybe I'm scared a little bit. You can tell him that too. Lord, I'm a little bit scared of saying this, but I do want to follow you wherever you go. Help me. Help me to trust you and to know that at times you'll make me uncomfortable, but it will be okay. Lord, I want to follow you wherever you go.